Okay, imagine this, an AI. But it's not designed to be polite.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's built for, like, internet chaos,
Right.
memes, sarcasm, maybe even gets a little wild.
Uh-huh.
This AI just launched. Get this, the creator's other AI platform, its CEO, just stepped down because, well, its AI went on a pro-Nazi rant.
Yeah. It's a really wild time out there, seriously.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are unpacking a really fascinating set of sources about what's happening right at the bleeding edge of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, we're going to explore a really different kind of AI. We'll dig into some, frankly, mind-bending new tools and, wrestle with the very real, sometimes kind of unsettling implications of how fast this is all moving.
Our mission today, as always, is pretty simple. We want to pull out the key nuggets for you, give you that shortcut so you can be genuinely well-informed on this.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's unpack this first one. XAI. Elon Musk's company. They just launched Grok 4, and they're pitching it as the anti-ChatGPT, which is, that's a real philosophical shift, right, in how you design AI.
Totally. A statement. Though the launch itself sounds like it was kind of messy.
Yeah, pretty messy, actually. It started an hour late, apparently, and their chief scientist quit on launch day.
Wow. Okay. Not ideal.
Not ideal. Still, Grok 4, it's trained on their big supercomputer, Colossus, supposedly optimized for, and this is their phrase, scientist-grade reasoning.
Huh. Scientist grade?
Yeah. Musk calls it Big Bang intelligence. He even claimed they've literally run out of test questions, which is...
That's a bold claim. A very bold claim.
It is.
Okay, but here's where, for me, the features get really interesting. So Grok 4, it takes multimodal inputs. Meaning you can give it text, yeah, but also images. And apparently video is coming soon, too. Just think about how flexible that is.
Okay, yeah.
Then you've got Grok 4 code. That's specifically for developers, right? To help write code, debug it. There's also a new voice experience they're talking about. Promising, like, natural conversations. You can interrupt it. It flows better. That's a big deal for how we interact with these things. And, crucially, real-time web access. It uses something called dup search. So it pulls live info, especially from X, right into the chat.
Okay, and this is where it leans into that whole personality thing, right? The chaos element.
Absolutely. It apparently has this amazing internet culture fluency.
Yeah.
Like it gets memes, it gets slang, sarcasm. Grok just understands it. It's like they built a digital native, Yeah. Born online, plugged right into the pulse of the internet. It just gets the vibe.
Right. But there's a shadow here, too.
Yeah.
Earlier Grok versions, they already made headlines. Racist answers, biased stuff.
I remember that.
And XAI, their stance is very light moderation. They talked about free speech, which, okay, has led to some major backlash, understandably.
Sure.
So the big question now is, with all this new power, more reach, can Grok 4 actually stay usable? Or is it going to go rogue? Musk hasn't really addressed these, like, core issues directly.
It feels different, doesn't it? Like, OpenAI is building for reliability, Anthropic is focused on alignment, safety, and Grok. They seem to be betting on, well, chaos, humor, raw developer power. It's a different path.
Yeah.
So what's the takeaway? I think XAI is going all in on this idea that maybe people want AI that's less filtered.
Less sanitized.
Exactly. Faster models, real personality, sarcasm, freedom from what they call the woke defaults you see elsewhere. It's risky. It's totally unpredictable. But you gotta wonder, maybe it works. For a certain audience, maybe it really clicks.
So this chaos approach from Grok, it feels like such a fundamental difference. How do you think that changes how we might interact with AI? Like, what's the core shift?
Well, it's prioritizing that raw personality, and speed.
Yeah.
Over maybe the traditional safety filters we're used to.
Less about just facts, more about capturing that wild internet energy.
Yeah, something like that. But beyond Grok, the whole AI scene is just buzzing. So much else is happening.
Like what?
Okay, so Google VO3 now lets you make audio and video, starting from just one single image.
Wait, from one image?
You give it the first frame and you prompt the dialogue, the action, and it generates the sequence.
Whoa, okay.
Then there's this new AI filmmaker tool, trained on fully licensed footage, which is key, and it lets you change objects in a scene just by dragging them around. No need to write a whole new complex prompt.
No, that sounds much more intuitive, like direct manipulation.
Exactly. Very cool. And the AI browser wars. They're definitely heating up.
Oh, yeah.
Perplexity just dropped Comet, their new AI web browser, clearly trying to take a bite out of Google's dominance.
Right, I saw that. But it's limited access for now.
Yeah, just for their Max users, early waitlist people. But still, it's out there.
And OpenAI isn't sitting still either, right? They're reportedly dropping their own AI browser super soon.
Yeah, like in weeks. You might not even need to leave ChatGPT to browse the web anymore. Think about that. The lines are just getting blurrier and blurrier.
Okay, but shifting gears a bit.
Hmm.
There was a more sobering development, too.
Mm.
This AI voice cloning thing, it just got very real. They successfully impersonated U.S. Senator Marco Rubio using AI voice clones.
Seriously. Who did they fool?
5 high-ranking officials. In just 15 seconds, they thought they were talking to him.
Wow. 15 seconds. Slight pause. You know, it's humbling how fast this stuff changes. Honestly, I still wrestle sometimes with how to filter the signal from the noise, especially when voices can be cloned that convincingly. The potential for misinformation is just huge.
It really is. It's a serious challenge. But okay, on the other side of the coin, you have huge positive investment happening too.
Like Microsoft.
Exactly. Microsoft is pouring in over $4 billion. Massive investment.
Into what specifically?
AI tools, training programs, cloud services. Their goal, and it's ambitious, is to help 20 million people get AI certificates.
20 million, wow.
Yeah, as part of this big global push, trying to get AI skills into schools, into careers. It's
Yeah.
a huge bet on, like, human upskilling.
That's a major commitment.
So when you look at all these different things, the creative tools, the browser wars, the security risks, the big investments, what do you see as the biggest implication? Where's the main thrust?
I think it's that AI is just rapidly reshaping, like, fundamental digital interactions.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Yeah, totally. New ways of doing things are popping up. Okay, let's drill down a bit more into some practical stuff, tools and insights you could, actually use.
Okay.
So for developers, our sources highlighted some really game-changing design tips, ways to make apps look amazing using modern component libraries.
Those are like pre-built UI bits, right?
Exactly, pre-built elements. And using AI design tools that can help automate layouts, styling, makes things much faster.
Cool.
And then there's something called vibe coding. That sounds interesting. It promises to help you go from being like a no-code user.
Someone using drag and drop tool.
Right. To actually creating full, powerful, custom web apps. Using AI to build them just by describing what you want.
Whoa. So bridging that gap between no code and actual coding.
Seems like it. That could be huge for creators.
Definitely. And beyond those, there's a whole bunch of these like empowered AI tools changing daily workflows.
Like what else?
Okay, check this out. File AI. It gives you structured, clean data from pretty much any file type, and it's zero shot.
Zero shot meaning it doesn't need examples beforehand.
Exactly. It just understands and extracts the data structure. Pretty powerful. Then Magic Animator. You design something in Figma.
The UI design tool.
Right. This tool animates your Figma designs in seconds using AI.
Quick prototyping. Nice.
Yeah. Worried about social media? Instagram Checker can apparently detect fake followers on your account.
Huh. Useful.
And for just capturing thoughts quickly, there's Lazy. It's like a shortcut to capture notes everywhere and then chat with them later. Keep things organized.
Simple but effective. And we also pulled some quick hits, kind of broader insights.
Lame all me.
Okay, prompt tips for GPT. The advice is, tell it straight. Don't just let it agree with you all the time. Be direct with what you need.
Good advice. Don't lead the witness.
Right. Also, the CEO of Box. He shared tips on finding your next big business idea using AI agents, like using AI to scout for opportunities.
Interesting. AI is a business development tool.
And this one is wild. GPT, the AI model, apparently hallucinated about a non-existent app so often.
Just made it up.
Just made it up repeatedly. That its CEO heard about these hallucinations and decided to actually build the app. Made the lie come true.
Whoa. Wait, seriously. That's almost like the AI is seeding reality now. It's kind of mind-bending when you think about it.
It really is. And another quick one. Claude, another big AI model, can now connect to learning apps.
Yeah.
Things like Canvas, Panopto, Wiley. So more integration into education.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
And then finally, just a really stark reminder of that chaotic frontier we started with, talking about Grok.
Yeah.
Elon Musk's X platform, its CEO, just stepped down.
Why? What happened?
Specifically after an AI on the platform went on that pro-Nazi rant we mentioned earlier. Direct consequence.
Wow. Okay, so the chaos has real-world leadership fallout. That brings it home.
It really does. So thinking about all these tools, these quick hits, the good and the bad, what's the key takeaway for someone just trying to navigate this whole fast-moving AI scene?
I'd say they offer both, incredible utility and serious unpredictable outcomes. It's a double-edged sword.
That feels right. So if we try to connect all these threads, zoom out to the bigger picture, what really stands out from this deep dive? For me, it's the speed. The incredibly rapid, often chaotic, but you can't deny it, really innovative evolution of AI.
Yeah, definitely the speed. And also, we're seeing this clear divergence in how people are building AI.
You mean like Grok versus the others?
Exactly. Grok embracing that less filtered personality-driven thing, which is such a contrast to the established players focusing on reliability or, alignment. It's a high-stakes gamble on what users actually prefer.
Yeah. And this deep dive, it really shows AI isn't just some separate tool anymore, is it? It's weaving itself into, well, everything.
Totally. Creating content, writing code, yeah, but also spotting fraud, even shaping public discussion. Its reach is just becoming enormous.
The benefits are obvious, definitely. But man, so are the risks. The ethical problems that pop up when things inevitably go off the rails.
It's a constant tension. So turning it back to you listening, what stands out most to you from all this?
Yeah, and maybe a final thought to leave you with. In a world where AI is, in some cases, being intentionally built for chaos, we know its outputs can actually shape reality sometimes.
Yeah.
Can we really prepare for what's next? Or is just constant adaptation, constantly reacting? Is that our only real option now? It's something I keep thinking about.
Keep exploring, everyone. Keep asking those questions and keep learning.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, OT Row Music.